Most people, when you say pro-black, oh, you hate everybody else. Yeah. No, that's not the case.
No, but everything is about racism over here. You can see it and feel it.
That one vote is not going to change.
That's part of the problem.
People actually died for you to vote.
We all got to play it safe, and they know why they got to play it safe, because it's going to be sabotaged eventually.
Our own personal experience growing up as a black person in America. Hi, can I help you?
Nah,
Welcome, podcast or not. Welcome to another episode. Welcome, fellas.
Yep.
We are honoring Black History Month. Before we get into that, please like and subscribe. fcast752@gmail.com. Please also leave comments, suggestions on what you may like, what members you like in particular over others, what you think about the Shade crew. We got shades on, most of us. Some of us didn't get the memo, apparently.
I need my shades.
I don't know why. It was just random, but go ahead.
Yeah. In honor of Black History Month, we actually, if you can see on camera, we have a drink of the night. Lamar's going to take over the drink of the night.
So, guys, back again with a drink of the night.
Yeah.
Yep. In spirit of Black History Month, we make sure we got a black-owned
Uncle Ruckus.
We got an Uncle Nearest 1884 this time around, and whiskey.
What made you pick that one?
It's the most popular one I could find. So, you know, you went with this one.
You said the most popular one you gonna find?
Yeah.
Whiskey?
Black-owned.
Oh, okay.
Black-owned liquor. Yeah. When you try to search, it's hard to find that, you know. So this one we're trying tonight, again, it's black-owned. We're going to give it a test and see how we like it.
Yeah.
All right, bet. Watch Will, though. Let him wine taste his shit. Swiveling around his mouth.
Cheers,
Cheers,
Black History Month.
Cheers.
Uncle Nearest.
Not for me. Not for me.
Oh.
I wouldn't say shots is for this.
Yeah, you got to mix that.
You got to mix that.
I'm giving it a 2.
I'm going to pass.
Okay. What about you, Will? Yeah, you got to drink his drink.
Can't do my black-owned companies like that. But
Listen,
My
man.
blackness refuses me to rate this.
I start with a 5.
Yeah, I'm about to say they got a 5, and that's only because they black-owned and on Black History Month. I'm just saying.
In honor of Black History Month, my blackness refuses me to give an honor rating, so we'll just move on.
You gonna try? You gonna do it a mix?
So they unrated on Black History Month. He act like he was doing them a favor.
Mine would be low.
All right, and now you just killed it. But go ahead, Lamar. You just killed it.
It's not. It's strong.
As a shot,
It's strong.
That shit don't taste like
whiskey. But compared to the first, we had the American whatever.
I'm a whiskey.
From upstate New York.
Yeah, same.
It actually tastes better. It's not like smooth like other top whiskeys, but the taste is actually not as bad as you think. Like if
that aftertaste, OD
on the last one, but the aftertaste on this is not that bad.
I wish there was a whiskey that doesn't have that type of aftertaste.
You know what it is? It's probably
Gotta be
because
better.
you're just supposed to have it on the rocks, not
Or
shots.
drink it.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
So we'll give another rating after we try the mix.
Okay, to be honest with you, when I had it before, when they had the representative, it was mixed. It was never shot. It was a good mix.
It may not be a shot type of.
And realistically,
probably
you
a
shouldn't be
mixture.
shotting whiskey anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you couldn't tell us this
That
before?
in the beginning.
We always shot everything else.
No,
So
because
we tried it.
I'm sorry.
Consistency, Mario.
I'm turned off from drinking now completely. At this point.
Yeah, I know.
First time you come back, this is what we're
Look,
doing.
I know y'all trying to save face, man, but I drink whiskey a lot. That shit was trash. I'm sorry. It was garbage.
So what was your rating? -2?
5.
Negative
It was a 5, but it was
Only
a
in
3 like
honor.
Mario.
Only in
3
honor.
like Mario.
Mine was a 2,
But-
bro.
Any month besides February, that shit is a 3.
Well, my official rating for it straight, I'll put a 6.5.
Okay.
That's a good rating. That's a high rating.
6.5.
All right, let's move on.
All right, Black History Month. Since we are in Black History Month, in honor of our ancestors, we're actually going to be talking about our own personal experience growing up as a black person in America. Some of us are coming from Long Island, some are from Baltimore, some are from different parts of life. I am curious to hear from Nelson, if you want to mention any personal experience you might have had. That your blackness was either tested or you were proud, any experience you could think of.
It's tough because everything you do, you wonder, am I adequate enough? Am I doing the right thing? Am I overthinking or not thinking things? Am I actually using my time the way that I should be so that I I don't get perceived in a particular way. It's tough. A lot of doubt, essentially. But the other thing too, though, it's like it's a position of strength, because with doubt, what people may think of you just because how you look, then they sort of doubt that you have the capability to do some of the things you can.
That stereotype.
So like, exactly. So like you're like the underdog. But you're not, in your mind, you're not the underdog. Yeah. So that makes you stronger because like you're underestimating.
That stereotype where they have lower expectations when you as yourself have higher expectations is definitely evident in Long Island.
Yeah.
Especially in some of the sectors that in the finance sector.
Yeah.
When you are able to do not only their job, but more than their job. It's like a surprise. Whereas if you was a white counterpart, it's just like, oh.
It's 100%. Yeah, it's actually too. It's interesting because what you said, it made me think of in the space that we work in, we're not the norm.
Yeah.
So the rooms that we're in, we're usually not the norm.
Yeah.
And so when we see us, it's actually immediate. Like we click and we know, like, hey, I see you. I know.
Yeah, it's the head nod.
It's funny. I remember one time being in a meeting many years ago, and there was like 3 of us, and we were like, after the meeting, we all just like huddled real quick. We just made history in this room. It was funny. Those are like simple moments, but it's interesting because you feel like an underdog sometimes, or people treat you like an underdog, but you know you're not an underdog, and then you have these moments where like, wow, we did this, and we're here, and we got here, and we can actually do better, etc.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, but that's like thinking just broadly, the self-doubt, the challenges, all that crap, you put it in perspective, and then you put the other stuff, the strength, in perspective, and it balances out.
Yeah.
I thought it was something cool the way Nelson started, because I know it's tough, and him being Dominican, me working with Dominicans and being in communities where you see Dominicans and Black people, or just anyone who identify maybe as Latino in the Black community, always fighting with each other. Even going outside the country, people who identify as Black in these Latino countries, they come here, a lot of them switch up because of what society has taught them about Black people. And I get where he's coming from. Sometimes it's like he doesn't know how people are going to view him. But what I honestly like about Nelson is he had to actually fight for everything he has now. And we had this conversation so many times about, I'm Black. Don't get it twisted. He understands who he is. You know what I mean? And of course, you know, he taught himself things, trained himself. He had parents where he had to work, you know, just as hard as everyone else. And he understands, like, there may be a privilege between like us being dark, him being light, or just even him being Dominican, but he also doesn't give himself a pass. You know what I mean? He
talks to the cops for us.
Yeah, no, he don't have to, because they're gonna consider him Black too.
I know.
You know what I mean? But unfortunately there's people who are Hispanic. There's people who are Hispanic don't identify as Black.
Yeah,
you know
I know.
Yeah.
So
and there's some racial tones with some of that as well.
All right,
the Spanish people are just Black people with good hair. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Well, no, not Spanish.
Speaking of hair, Mara, did anyone, do you get any like of your white counterparts wanting to touch your hair, or your hair looks so nice, can I touch? Or how long does it take to get like that in those locks?
That's happened before.
And wait.
No, please don't touch it.
Put your face to the mic.
Has anyone grabbed your hair?
When I first started, people used to try to touch my hair, but very quickly they understand not to do that.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's okay.
You grew up Brooklyn, correct? Or you grew up in the Caribbean and then moved to Brooklyn? How did you get to Dowling? That's what I'm asking.
The train, the car. Come on, man.
The boat.
So what's the question?
You, as far as your Black experience, were you
in America?
You were raised first around a community of Black people and then moved to America, or were you already?
That sounds crazy, Jay. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm trying to say.
My question
Grew up in America or grew up in Barbados?
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm thinking.
Basically.
That's what I'm asking.
I grew up in Barbados, so I was like 13.
Yeah, okay. So you would, I would assume, seen the difference between growing up in Barbados as a Black person and then growing up the rest of the way here.
Yeah, in Barbados,
like
the white people
mostly white people
are just tourists. Like you, so you don't really. And as a kid, you don't really interact with them because they don't usually.
You know, they're not
area.
But Barbados used to be a former slave colony.
Yeah, the British used to own Barbados.
So it's just like you went from. Do you feel like there was a difference in the way that Black people conducted themselves there? You're basically a descendant of a slave of some kind.
Yeah.
Where the way that they conducted themselves or they saw their lives, was it different there versus here?
I would say so, because over here, everything is about racism over here.
Yeah.
Like, legit, you can see it and feel it. Over there, you don't know about that. I mean, you hear about stuff in America, but you just don't see it. So it doesn't really apply to you. And, like, the colonizers, I guess, there are just tourists. So they don't see, there's no type of
momentary.
oppression.
You don't have to be.
Yeah. Like, I don't think I've seen white people until I came here, really.
Wow.
Or interacted with them until I came here. And actually in Brooklyn, like my first teacher was a white teacher.
Yeah.
It was the first time I actually had a conversation with a white person longer than 5 minutes.
Yeah, but they wasn't in your neighborhood. They wasn't living in your neighborhood.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's how it was for me too.
Me too.
It was a teacher, a gym teacher.
In CI, right? Central Islip you grew up in?
Live in Seattle.
Yeah.
Where'd you grow up in?
I grew up in Harlem.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that. Okay. So, oh, so you seen them kind of, what do you call it, gentrification? In Harlem?
He left before.
He left before.
He left. He did the opposite.
I left before that, but they gentrifying all the boroughs though.
That's true.
Except the Bronx.
Oh yeah, you can't gentrify a war zone.
Come on, man. That's where I'm from.
I know, man. People from the Bronx. I was like playing.
Oh, you from the Bronx? Oh, hang on.
Nah, but
grab my stuff.
I think we all experience the same kind of thing, whether you come from the Caribbean or America. I think the only difference is. Like Mario said, I think American blacks, we kind of are geared towards racism more than them because when people visit the islands, it's usually like for a vacation. They're not over there colonizing and taking over like they try to do here and gentrify certain blocks and stuff like that.
Certain towns, they increase rent.
Yeah, exactly.
They change the restrictions of the mortgages.
Yeah.
So
redlining is big.
Definitely.
Well,
especially in Wyandanch.
Especially in Long Island in general.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Well, speaking of redlining, elections are coming up. What do you guys think as far as the elections? How would it impact us? How would it impact black people in general? We have, I'm guessing, Biden. DeSantis from Florida, he dropped out.
He just dropped out.
It's going to be
if
Biden
he ran,
Trump.
you already knew he shouldn't get any kind of black vote. But it's probably going to be Trump and Biden again.
Should any of them get any black votes?
Yeah,
I think Trump will.
I mean, they will, but they don't. It's not like they should get it.
My personal experience is the best of the worst. Again, for the past 8 years, it's been the best of the worst.
But that's just terrible in general, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's how we voted the last election, thinking that we're gonna vote Biden, and then Biden was
the whole system needs to be redone, bro.
But
that's a fact.
Lamar, how do you think it's going to impact black people in general? I know Biden was talking about student loans, and I know he's pushing to forgive it.
He's still trying to do it.
Yeah,
I mean, I think we got to see like how candidates actually going to be and like what their running platform is going to be about.
Candace?
Candidates.
Oh, candidates. I think it's Candace Owens.
I know, right? I was like, what? You said Candace Owens.
And
she's not running.
Which candidates going to have? And what they basically going to run their platform on?
Who you voted for last time?
It's not. Yeah.
Last time I voted for Biden, but I felt like that was such
Did you were you the one that thought Trump was a racist? That's why you didn't vote for Trump last time?
No, from that, Biden basically kind of tricked you into thinking because he didn't do anything he promised.
No,
you know what
I mean most presidents don't.
Most don't, but at the end of the day, like
listen, man,
he got the black vote from the vice president.
I was about to say, I know some Dems that will sit here and read your whole script of things Biden done.
I know, of course they will.
And you can read that,
they're gonna be talking their book.
Because you're in Albany.
No, I'm saying,
right?
Of course he's done stuff, but he hasn't done stuff he promised to black people.
Yeah.
He did it when he first came out. He did about 16 things the first day.
Oh, thing he gave us was Juneteenth.
Yeah.
I mean, he did get that, I guess.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
A day off.
And I haven't seen. I forget. Miss Harris. Haven't seen her since.
Yeah, she's been hiding.
Been MIA.
She doesn't want her brand to be tarnished.
Yeah, but even when she come back,
she'll come back now because the election's also. Hey, remember me? Like
I know that, like Mario. I know they're not going to change the system. Like you said, they should change it, but I think black people need to change how we vote. You know what I'm saying? We can't. Vote.
I mean, our option is to vote for the lesser evil or don't vote.
Yeah, but we should be voting to get something. Now we can't vote on people's false promises, then they get in and then they ignore us.
Our options are just terrible from jump.
Yeah,
bro.
I think that comes down to our options.
We need more than 2.
We got our great grandfathers out here running the country.
Yeah. I'm saying after this, I know we haven't had a real choice in the last 8 years, but I'm saying after this, I think we need to vote on what they're gonna provide for us, not saying something and then we vote them in, and then we ask them for shit, and they're like, oh, we don't know you niggas no more.
And as much as I agree with you, I'm not disagreeing, but when you go out there and you talk to a lot of black people, when you go out there and talk to the black people, because I agree with them, they will tell you, oh, I'm not voting.
Yeah, most of them do. Yeah, I think that
doesn't matter. And it's like, how do you?
I honestly used to think like that too. But
most people do.
But then I looked at it like,
people, not most.
There's people that literally died for your right to vote. So, and to honor that, because I honestly do think my vote don't count, and I think it doesn't change anything. My one vote.
So what you think? It just go on the computer?
I do vote out of just the sense that, hey, people actually died for you to vote. So let me respect their
do the bare minimum.
See, when people say that they don't believe they vote count, I feel like it's like if I vote, it's one vote. When people say they vote don't count, they think they one vote should be 10 votes. That's not how it works.
I don't believe that.
But what I'm saying is that's how people mentally think.
No. Say what you just said.
That one vote is not going to change.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I meant.
And I think that's part of the problem.
That's what I was trying to say.
But like
like a collection of.
Yeah, but there's like 10.
But I don't feel like my one vote should count for 10.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is about how you say it, you kind of making it seem like your vote should count for 10, because if you don't vote once, it's going to be 0. But if you vote once, it's going to accumulate to whatever the number is.
And those people don't realize there's like thousands of people that have that
like that
mindset.
But people also think that the vote don't count because it's rigged from jump.
No,
that's why people.
Nobody really knows that.
That stuff do go on.
I have a question for you guys.
People think that, but nobody really knows.
If you're in a state that predominantly is blue, and you say you want to vote, can't you kind of say like my vote doesn't count because we're going to be blue no matter what?
No, not
it's by like a landslide.
No, because it's total votes. It's total votes. It's not just
This is true, but however, look at Long Island. A lot of Long Island is
voted red.
But I think what he's saying though is it may matter at the state level, but at the county or local level, it does. It doesn't matter at the state level for federal election, but it matters at the state level for like local
general elections.
You know, in your town, when all the pickup trucks are in your town,
exactly
right around Confederate
that
flag.
matters.
You wouldn't know how your state or your town voted until the election happened. After you already voted,
you kind of know from past years, though.
No, because people states get flipped. States get flipped. Towns get flipped.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Once in a while, but you would know that day. You wouldn't know before the election.
I agree. Your town and county level, I think, flips a lot, but I don't think like the federal level.
But what I'm saying, nobody would know until it happens.
Will, if you were running for president, who you are, what would be your main stance as far as something either you want to change or something that you were promised? Now, this promise, we know you. So you gotta, we can find you. So you gotta make sure this promise goes through.
What would you run president?
On? Yes. If you run for president, what would you run on, and who would be your vice president?
That's a good question, but it's kind of tough. But let me go back to question 1. So, I gotta reel the people in.
So answer you're already running for president. Avoiding the question.
Black man in America.
Answering another question that no one even asked
because I never got a chance to. I never got a chance to talk about my
politician.
I have to set it up. So I wanna give them some background. Growing up here in the Bronx, because of the war on drugs,
you a Bronx nigga? Oh.
The crime bill, I feel like we can point a lot of fingers towards those two things. But, because my parents were like on drugs and stuff, that led to me being born in foster care. Well, being taken to foster care like at 2 years old. And a lot of, it was like an impact on me, tough growing up. Because when you're growing up, you just care about running in the streets. There's a few that get by, but I'm not speaking about individualism. A lot of us, grow up where we just out either gangbanging. We're not really thinking about owning things. For me, it was just, I wanted to prove people wrong. And I'm like, okay, let me at least graduate from high school. Let me at least go to college, right? It wasn't until college that's when life started hitting me and I started taking it serious. And it's funny that we at the table with different nationalities because some of the things I've been hearing, like a lot of, stereotypes about black people, like we're lazy, we don't work hard. And I've ran across...
I never heard that before. So go ahead.
I ran across, because you grew up kind of white.
I'm bullshit.
But it's funny that I'm at the table with Caribbeans and Latinos
types,
because I always felt like there's people that you meet out there. Everybody hates black people, even the Caribbean, even the Jamaican, even the West Indian. Trust me, they hate us.
Yeah.
Now, someone went up to my wife one day and said to her, "Oh, I bet you." Was talking, a Jamaican guy said, "I bet you your boyfriend is American, Black American too." You know what I mean? I'm like, "Dad, why everybody really hate us?" Then I was speaking to this girl from Guyana, something like that. And she's like, "Yeah, well, what's your problem? You guys are lazy. You haven't done anything." And,
Ooh, that's your Guatemalan accent?
Well, I don't know. Guyanese. But she said to me, "What's your excuse?" Even though she knew I was in foster care, even though all this stuff took place, she still went along with the stereotype of blacks being lazy, didn't care what I had to say, and was like pointing fingers at me as if we didn't. This conversation I had with Nelson, as if we didn't build this country.
Jay, you asked him what he would run on for president.
So,
You got me. I totally forgot about that question. You did it. Good job.
I didn't forget.
You should run.
I didn't forget.
He didn't answer number one though, so he want to go.
Yeah, I didn't answer, and Lamar didn't answer number one either.
So Jay fucked up.
Yeah,
Jay fucked up,
some of us didn't answer number one.
He skipped it too.
So
I could have gone back.
Because of that. I always thought to myself, if I ever become elected official, my goal is not to win again, right?
Not
another seat, another seat. Because most of these people, when they get in office, their goal is to keep the seat, right? And when you want to keep the seat, you play the game of politics.
You play the political game.
But
yes.
In order to make a change, you need that seat, correct?
No, not really, because what change has been made since for black people to?
Why can't you be the change? Which is my question.
Here's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
If I was ever in that position, I'm willing to risk it all to not win again.
The presidentials?
Yeah.
Okay.
If
I feel like you'll be like Eddie Murphy. What was that movie where Eddie Murphy made the president?
Nigga, what?
So you're there for 4 years. You're making sure you're doing whatever you can for those 4 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
For black people first. Black people first. Here's what I'm saying.
So they're not electing you.
Here's what I'm doing. Things for black people
So
first.
he want to get assassinated.
It's the truth. Black people first.
Give me something.
Then everyone else.
Give an example.
Okay, so give me an example. What would be the first thing you would run on, and which you'll like, hey, I'm gonna make sure that black people will get reparations.
Yeah.
What would it be?
What would you run on?
It can be something as simple as, I want to make sure black people have a chance to open up a business in their own neighborhoods. Because
That's not enough.
in our neighborhoods, you have Indians, the Asians, anybody else can come in our communities and own something, but we can't own anything.
But my question to you is,
that's just one thing.
I understand, but chance means nothing. What are you going to do to make that chance accessible? Everyone has a chance. That doesn't mean you won't get approved
first
for the
all,
loan.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you were saying that black people will have more than a chance.
Yeah.
There'll be a rule in
Like a
place
grant
that
or
they'll
something?
actually, like a grant or something like that.
Of course, you pass a bill.
That's what I'm asking.
A grant?
So you have a bill that will make sure black people
You
will
draft a bill. You get people to come in, and you got to. Unfortunately, you got to get the other houses of whatever to sign off on it. You know what I mean? But I'm not a president. I don't
Who's
know
your
that
vice
stuff.
president?
Yeah, we going off on a tangent.
I don't know.
On this cabinet. We
Go ahead.
But basically though, you're saying though that you would do things that are pro-black and actually help black people.
Pro-black. But most people, when you say pro-black, you hate everybody else.
Yeah.
No, that's not the case.
No, but
if there was a poor Asian or someone who's impacted, that falls into that category. People who are impacted. You know what I mean?
Back to what you're saying. I think the first thing, it should be housing for everybody. Affordable housing for everybody. Once you start with that level,
But just so you know, they take that word and they weaponize it. Affordable, like that's
not
something
affordable.
politically.
Every person should be able to own a house.
I agree.
Or
I agree.
apartment or something.
I agree.
Or like minimum like
but
free
y'all-
college.
y'all telling people
there's no payment for
Y'all
free
telling-
college.
Yes.
Y'all
Especially
telling
in
people that
America.
got money to sacrifice their money. That's
Or not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Well, billionaires don't pay taxes as it is. So if you tax the billionaires, that's money
No,
for
but you
everybody
know
else.
what? Then
they'll
the
just
other
leave.
way that could, if you want to get to millionaire status, or you want people to get to millionaire status, it could be that you actually create a trust for everyone.
Yeah.
And that person has an invested amount in stock.
Yeah. And they don't have
it
to-
can't be withdrawn for a certain period of time.
By
and
the
then
time that
at certain
happens,
ages, it may allow you to withdraw.
money's going to be different.
I was
money
going to say, they don't have to leave, Keith. They just pay their fair share in taxes.
Who?
The billionaires.
The billionaires don't want to pay taxes.
But if
But no,
that leads
it's
us to number three
everybody
right there.
else.
But it's not that they don't want to
Inequalities
pay.
that we
The
have.
law is not set for them
let
to
me tell
pay.
you this. Let me tell you, it's billionaires right now that move to Puerto Rico and live in Puerto Rico just so they won't pay United States taxes.
But that's because the tax
You
law
still
was
pay
written
tax
that
in
way.
Puerto Rico.
But that.
they pay less taxes.
But ultimately, it isn't
no,
the
it's less though, way less.
it isn't the billionaire though that wrote the law. They may have lobbied for the law, but
No,
the billionaire did not pass the law.
Yeah.
What I'm saying saying is, when we talk, that's why a lot of the government is hesitant about taxing millionaires and billionaires, because they know they'll leave the country, they'll take their companies with them. That's why.
There's a new law where if you do that, you have to pay to leave.
Talk to us.
You can pay to leave, but that's a one-time fee. They can't attach themselves to them if they're in
but it's a one-time
Argentina.
fee, but you can't. But you're not making your money that you was making in America.
No, I get it, but if you made enough of your money, some of them don't give a fuck.
Some of them don't, but now you're not making that money you was making in America.
Yeah,
you have the money
it's a deterrent.
So basically, if you're doing that, you're retiring whatever country you move to.
We also betting on America being a number one in economics.
No, we're not.
Lamar, is that assuming that they get their citizenship in another country? What if they never get their citizenship?
Yeah, so if you denounce your citizenship here, and
they just won't. But what if they just don't do that? What if they get dual citizenship?
You still
will they not have to pay tax?
Yeah, you have to pay taxes from abroad.
Anything you making in America, if you make money in America, you got to pay tax.
I understand.
It's Mr. IRS man right there.
Don't tell me I work, bro.
Yeah, he got mad. Now they already know where he worked.
They're already competing.
Now they already know where he worked. Now,
you want to read any?
So today, for Black History Month, we wanted to cover a couple of, you mentioned it earlier, stereotypes, and we thought it might be appropriate to actually cover some statistics.
Let's go.
Numbers, data does not lie.
Yeah.
And so the data that we wanted to get to, because we know it's going to happen, someone's going to say, well, where'd you get your numbers from? We're going to go to the government.
We got the facts.
Right? We went straight to the sources that actually produced the report.
So all people leaving comments, talking about this and that, about reparation, we got the facts right here.
So the first one I'm going to cover is the data around wealth in the U.S. So according to the U.S. Federal Reserve's 2022 Survey of Consumer Finances, the typical white family had 6 times as much wealth as the typical black family and 5 times as much as the typical Hispanic family.
Yeah, work harder, niggas.
So let's discuss like, why could it be that white people have 6 times the wealth and 5 times the wealth of black and Hispanic people?
A lot of things.
Tell me. Let's
discuss it. Let's discuss it. Who's going first?
They got a head start
because y'all are lazy.
I just named one thing, the GI Bill.
Lays and naggers.
GI Bill?
What? GI Bill.
I'm not familiar. Can you explain that?
Good.
Explain what the GI Bill.
Hold on. Let's all go.
Basically,
y'all keep going back to well. Yeah, let you go and let's go around.
That's all I said.
Y'all doing different shit tonight.
The Head Start. Wait, so explain the Head Start.
Basically, they have Head Start because most of them had land before.
Yeah.
So you saying the GI Bill.
That's one thing.
It gives them a head start.
All right.
But it's not the only thing.
No,
it's one thing among many things.
So like generation wealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
They pass it on to, like, even if you just have like a 3-bedroom home that you own, you still passing that on to your kids. Where back in the day, black people wasn't able to have a home. You know what I mean? They weren't able to purchase land. You know what I mean? They couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
You know, so they have nothing to pass down to their kids. So a lot of generational wealth where not most, but a lot of white people have already wealth where they can just pass down.
So for you, it's the Head Start. So the ability to build something early and then compound it and grow it over time. So then for you,
mine would be the same people that make the generational wealth that make sure they pass it down, or the same people making the laws, so that making it harder for people of color to actually gain income.
Yeah. Mine's is long-winded as fuck, but I'm gonna go.
Go ahead.
So listen, you got the beginning of time, right? Where
wait. So we
Adam
went
and
to
Eve.
not the beginning of time.
Big Bang.
Okay, no, not the beginning of time. The beginning of America. All right.
Okay.
All right. They got value through slavery for free, right? So after value through slavery, when we got our rights, we built stuff. They destroyed it, took it, robbed it, right?
You got your rights.
We got our rights. Okay. Now the home ownership comes into play where a big part of your wealth comes from a home ownership. And if you're getting the best jobs, you got the best farms, you got the best homes, it's not that hard to, compound your interest on your wealth. So just right there is just a little segment of how they got a head start on a lot of things that happen in the economy.
Will?
I agree with everything everyone said. You mentioned redlining earlier.
Redlining is from the beginning of time, and even when we had the money to compete with other people to get a certain house, we weren't able to get it to increase our value. So if I had a home near Yankee Stadium, let's say, Yankee Stadium back then in the 1950s, and I couldn't get approved for it, but somebody else did. That home went up in value 3 to 4 to 5 times more than the home that I got in the other side of Queens or the other side of the Bronx.
Yeah.
Just little stuff like that. Like redlining is a big factor.
Yeah, and that plays a role in terms of, but it's a cycle of debt.
You're right with that.
That's what I call it, a cycle
Wells
of
Fargo
debt.
was in the news about that. They look credit. And applying, when you apply for jobs, they were looking at some African Americans when they apply, they look at their credit score.
Jobs,
then
loans,
they got sued, and then you can't do that anymore.
Jobs, loans.
Yeah,
you going to look for a house?
So you said the Head Start. You said, can you remind me? Lawmaking. And then you gave a number of examples. So the redlining, the fact that you have the ability to compound the building of this nation on slavery. And you said credit and the essentially people being in these roles where they nitpick who they do and don't want to win.
Yeah, to win. Systematic racism.
Yeah.
I agree with everything.
All right. So the only thing I'll add is, for me, it's like there's two things. Knowledge. Think about it.
Yeah, they didn't pass. Yeah.
Everything you guys mentioned, the common theme is these people cannot be educated and be aware of what's happening right in front of them. That's the first thing. The second thing is the fact that you literally then create an environment where there are so many barriers. The laws,
lack of resources,
the wealth, the nitpicking,
banning books,
barrier.
So
changing laws, banning books.
So you don't have the ability to know that you're being wronged.
Yep.
And you don't know how to fix the wrong, and then you create the barriers that no matter, even if you're informed, you can't fix the wrong because there's a barrier.
What about this last one? When you do everything correct and you're looking good like Black Wall Street, they bomb you.
Exactly.
They kill us off.
Because you found finally the loophole around it, and then they're like, nope. Come right back.
We could go to right now. I mean, how hard is it to be black and the top on your industry without something happening?
It is very tough. Yeah.
I mean,
especially
you can look at well, even entertainment, like Jay-Z to be the top, does he have a record label where he doesn't have to ask questions anymore?
He's got to be very careful.
The dude is a billionaire.
Playing it safe.
No, but we all got to play it safe, and they know why they got to play it safe, because it's going to be sabotaged eventually. They know that.
Yeah. So I'm going to read off another one, but we already talked about this one, but I'm going to read it just because it's like it's connected with something that I guess we each said. According to the U.S. Department of Treasury, in the second quarter of 2022, the home ownership rates were 75% for white households, 45% for black households, 48% for Hispanic households, and then 57% for non-Hispanic households of any other race. So essentially 75% of most households, 75% of white people actually have a home. That the Head Start, the barriers, the redlining, the laws, that's obviously reflective of that.
And they get houses passed down to them where they're only paying taxes and utilities the whole year.
It sucks because they do get the ability to have this thing passed to them, but at the same time, that's how they set up the laws. So it's like, damn, I wish my child could have benefited from this at some point in the past.
Most important thing is property.
Well, the thing is
asset.
like the lack of knowledge, and like I said, the lack of education as far as the home. Like, I'm pretty sure back then black people wanted a home too.
Yeah,
like, like us now, you can't imagine back then. You think they was giving them the game? No, they wasn't giving them the fucking game.
Yeah, this statistics kind of prove our point when we say everybody else get an opportunity but black people. Look, out of 6.3 Asians population
in the U.S.
Yes,
as of 2022, 6.3%.
87K.
Yeah, so
that's crazy.
So let me read it for the audience. And
we'll get that.
According to the U.S. Department, and this is related to everything. So according to the U.S. Department of Labor, in 2022, the median annual income for each race, not every race, we'll go into top four. It's men here, so I wanted to pick men.
Yeah.
So the median annual income in 2022 for Asian men was $87,000. They, as a proportion of the U.S. population, they were 6.3% of the population. And that's in general, Asian people in general.
Yeah.
So they were earning $87,000. Then...
Man, iPhones.
Then for white men, it was $65,000. At that point in time in 2022, they equated to 58.9% of the U.S. population who was white only. Because, the Hispanic white or other white, this is just straight white.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
65,000. So 87,000 for Asian men, 65,000 for white men. Then for black men, it was 51,000. And they were 13.6% of the population. And that's black or African American, because some people identify as one or the other. Then finally, the last one is $47,000 for Hispanic men, who were 19.1% of the U.S. population. So let me just read it again real quick. 87,000 for Asian men, 65,000 for white men, 51,000 for black men, 47,000 for Hispanic men. So the Hispanic man was earning almost half as much as the Asian man. The Hispanic man was earning, let's say, 60% to 70% of the white man. And then the same thing for black men. Black men, they were earning around 60 to 75% of what Asian men were earning, and about, let's say, 80%, somewhere around there, of white men. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why the wealth generation is difficult, because you're not even, if you think of the annual household income, the average is actually back then, it was somewhere around 65 to 70,000. Black men weren't even earning the average household income, and the Hispanic people were significantly below it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, you know, a lot of the time
It also goes into the application when people apply for jobs, who they actually would choose.
that's the nonsense that they've been saying for years, that black people don't apply for them or we're not qualified.
Yeah, they say we don't apply for
That's
loans.
bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
why some people, when they apply, at the end they say gender, they say race. A lot of people say other. They try not to put that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
they know some people
regardless,
will
man,
critique that.
if it's on the application or you walk in, somebody could just subconsciously say no, and you don't even know if it's because you're black.
I said before, the lack of knowledge sometimes is a challenge, because someone who is of color, whether they're Hispanic, black, whatever you identify with, they may not have the knowledge that they actually could get those jobs if they conducted themselves in a particular way when going through the interview. Not saying that they have to act white. It's more that they have to go in there with the confidence that they deserve and they belong there.
And
sometimes that, like, even you may not speak the way that they want you to, but if you conduct yourself in the manner that they were expecting you to, and they get the confidence that you can do the thing that they want you to do, that is sufficient enough. But that's also knowing that is
education.
tough.
Who
You don't know that.
talks?
Yeah.
So everybody here, do y'all talk to people on the phone for your jobs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do y'all change your your voice?
100%.
I
Change your voice.
I do.
100%.
Let's hear your voice.
I don't.
Go ahead, Lamar.
Go ahead, Lamar. You go first. No. Let's hear your phone.
I call it my professional voice.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's hear it. I want to hear this shit.
Go ahead.
Because y'all heard how y'all heard how he was talking now.
All right, go ahead.
Now let's see how he does to keep a
about
job.
to be funny as
This is the experience of a black man in America.
Go ahead,
I want to
Lamar.
put you in a role play. Ring, ring, ring. I need to speak to the manager now, please. I need to speak to the manager. I need to speak to
Don't
the
let me
manager.
go first. Somebody-
No.
Go
You
ahead.
first. Go.
Go ahead.
Jay
Go
got
ahead.
next.
Answer,
I don't
nigga.
even know if
I don't speak on the phone at my job.
Yeah, I'm
so
trying.
Answer.
answer the phone.
Answer, Lamar.
You just don't answer the phone.
Ring, ring,
Hot
ring.
Lamar.
I need to speak to the manager.
We got to hear his voice.
I'm doing a role play. I'm the customer.
All right, go ahead. He gonna be the customer.
Ring, ring, ring. I need to speak to the manager,
Damn, I gotta
please.
get him on. Hi, this is Mr. Brown speaking. How may I help you today?
That's regular.
That shit is
That's regular.
Nah, he
That's
try-
regular,
Nah.
but it changed up a little
Yo,
Change up
you
a
know
little
he
bit, right?
faking, bro.
Yeah.
You know he.
We need to give him a ski mask.
Go in more, bro. Go in more.
All right, Jay.
I don't know.
All right, Jay, go ahead, Jay.
Okay, go ahead. I'll try.
Yo, we can skip Jay. He got the same voice.
Hi, can I help you?
Nah,
I'll try. Can I help you? Can I help you, motherfucker? Oh, you a nigga? Oh, what's good, nigga? What's what you need, man?
Hey, we should have immediately skipped Jay. You knew this nigga was gonna have the same voice, man. Yo, Will, go ahead, Will. Let's hear your voice.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Will speaking. You have
That's Will.
That's that
yeah.
customer
That's
service
that
voice.
customer service voice.
And if it's a black person, yeah.
Hell no. Hell no.
That was a good one,
This
though.
nigga Will's gonna get fired. Fuck
Anyone else got a professional?
Go ahead, Nelson. You know he got the professional rap.
Go ahead,
I
Nell.
think it's the same voice.
Hi, this is Nelson Nunez speaking. Thank you for calling. How can I help you?
Yeah, that's the same voice.
That's the same voice.
It's the same, but there's a slight difference, right? Because then at that point, what I would be doing is I would just try to keep it 100% professional.
Yeah.
Watching every single thing I say.
I notice when I speak at work, I act like I'm smiling.
There's no slang.
Yeah,
Like I speak as if I'm smiling and I'm happy, even though internally I may not be.
Yeah.
But
Yo.
professionally,
Yeah.
that's
They
how
were like,
I
yeah.
I did the phones for
you
like.
jump into a persona.
I did phones- I did
Talk to
phones
you
for
later,
10
guys.
years,
ETA,
and only one
please.
person ever got me out of character. Yeah,
Yo,
Once?
once, and the person was like, because I'm telling them what they're doing, they were like, "You don't know what the fuck you talking about."
He's like, the fuck you talking about,
And I
nigga?
was like, and I was
I
like,
know you live,
I was
nigga.
like, "Yo, what you say?" And I caught myself that I was
He
like,
turned to Jody.
Oh, yeah.
and I was like, "All right."
Hot Lamar came out.
All right, so
Hot Lamar came out.
although I don't work on the phone,
Oh, you got one?
no, I definitely did at work. They don't think I curse or anything.
Oh, yeah. Mario.
They love
Yeah,
good work.
yeah.
Mario at work, they be like, "Oh, you never get mad." I be like, now I feel like I gotta curse you, motherfucker.
Yeah,
out
they
there.
literally like, you're the calmest person I've ever
Yeah,
met.
they say that to me too.
Knowing that
Do you-
Yo,
I'm
just-
Okay,
Now, hold on.
question for you.
Before Mario go, is it because you don't want people to see your black side?
No,
At
'cause
work?
I work
I mean,
a lot with
Kirsten's
black.
not
I work.
really-
I work with a lot of black people.
Oh, okay.
but
Curse is not really that.
I
You
just
know what
don't-
realize?
I just don't. 'Cause
professional
I don't-
environment.
Yeah.
So
when you don't hear somebody curse and you hear him curse for the first time, it sounds weird. As
No,
fuck.
exactly. No,
When
this is
Stephen
true.
A. cursed on his podcast,
Yeah.
yo, I was like,
He doesn't
this
know how to
dude
curse.
He does. Yeah, he
Yeah.
He was like,
It's like-
bitch. Like,
You bitch.
You talking about Jason Whitlock,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like a kid just learning a curse word for the first time.
real.
That's what it sounds
Like
like.
he was like you.
But at work, I'm
That
like
shit threw me off.
ridiculously professional.
Yeah.
So it doesn't seem like, according to them, I'm definitely mad all the time.
Nah, I be slipping
It
out.
doesn't come out.
See,
It
I don't
doesn't come
slip
out.
up. I only
slip
still
up
work
either.
if I get to know somebody.
You,
But I don't
how tall?
Keith.
Mario, 6.
I'm 6'2",
Yeah.
2.5.
Keith, you're
I
not
would
on the
assume
phone,
you
right?
can't-
Nah, I'm
They
not
would
on the
assume.
phone.
No,
like,
see,
you're
so-
probably
I gotta
mean
deal with
and
customers
stuff.
I
now.
got customers.
I gotta deal
I
with
got
customers.
something
I gotta
for him.
have a customer
I got something
voice.
for him. But you do got to speak to your manager at some point, right?
I gotta speak
How
to
does
our
that go?
manager and all.
How does
Role
that go?
play? Ready?
You be like, yo,
Go ahead.
See,
Call him.
I'd speak to them regular.
how?
You don't got-
Regular.
You don't got
Like you
professional
don't change
voice?
up?
No, because I could curse.
You be like,
and shit.
yo, this nigga
Oh.
got on my nerves to your manager?
Nah, I'd be like, nah, they be if they white, I can't say nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
So
They say
You were
nigga.
like, oh,
I'd be like, yeah, I slip up. I do like, yeah, I don't even know what to say.
now Mario, you were
I'd
talking
be
about
like
the,
this person or something.
So no. I just want to go back to like the
I
black,
gotta- I say nigga
the
too
black
much.
experience a little bit from my perspective.
Yeah.
So I'm big and I'm black. I'm 6'2".
Yeah.
So
intimidating, probably.
Oh, yeah, I know what
Yeah.
Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the same.
Yeah.
You got it,
Right.
Mario.
Big bad wolf.
So for me, I always have to be the jolly guy because if I'm not,
Yeah.
they're very intimidated. So I come in playing like happy music. Like I'm that guy.
That's what you meant by work. Like
Yeah.
you come into work happy because you don't want people thinking that you the big black scary guy.
I tell you what.
Same here. That's
so
a fact.
even also too, another black experience moment. When I bought my car, I live in Brooklyn, right? I could have gotten a fancier car, but I decided to get my car just because I know if I get pulled over, they're gonna look at me differently if I have certain.
Something
They
good.
gonna, I have a good job, a decent enough job. I could afford a Benz or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But if I get that in my neighborhood, I'm getting pulled over
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they're gonna think I'm a drug dealer.
And they gonna fuck with you all the time.
Right.
I would
all
think you're
the
a drug
time.
dealer. Yeah.
I would think that too. You got
Oh, you
dreads.
see
you're
the
black.
hold up, yeah.
You're in Brooklyn.
I'm black.
And you got a
Exactly.
BMW.
Think about
But
that.
this was a conscious decision I had to make when I was buying my car.
Wow.
For me not to get pulled over. Because I've seen people in my neighborhood get pulled over.
I tell you what, Mario, if I worked with you and you first came in being all jolly and happy, I would know not to fuck with you. You're doing the front. Like,
No.
you
Well,
probably are angry. Somebody fuck with you.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I'm angry 99% of the time.
That's what I'm saying.
But you can't
Because if
show
you
that.
jolly, you was
But no,
exactly.
there's a
Nah,
couple
you
times
got
though I
dreads.
came in there
Nah,
and
high,
people knew I was angry and they left me alone.
I feel like
So,
in Madison Square Garden, you were bugging out.
Y'all
that
got
was younger
dreads.
me. That was younger me.
I was with him.
That was younger me.
Yeah.
That was I was.
He barely worked.
Hey,
Stop
Let
it.
that
Stop
job.
it.
I'm not hiring Mario. He got dreads. You commit crime, sir.
All right, guys.
like and subscribe.
Who wants final thoughts before we go?
And
yeah, let's
final
go.
I
thoughts.
got some final thoughts.
Go ahead.
I remember when they first did the all gender or transgender bathroom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, man, like me as a black man, we have so many stereotypes on us. And anybody can easily walk in there and I'm the target, like, so I just felt uncomfortable with these bathrooms.
You thought you was gonna
I
get
still
raped in
felt
there?
that- No,
What type of
it's against us. It's against us. Like, we're black. They automatically gonna assume we're perverts. We're looking at them. Everything, we're the target.
You started to question how
Another
you
way they can target us, you saying?
In the all gender / transgender bathrooms, right?
All
When they
gender.
first created, there's transgender and then all genders.
So, but you gotta be a trans to go in a transgender bathroom, right?
Yeah, but either way,
So you go in a
that's true.
transgender bathroom? What? You go to a transgender
We said final thoughts of this podcast.
You gonna bring that up.
about getting raped in the
Y'all better
transgender
stop.
bathroom,
Don't.
man.
That committee gonna come after y'all. Y'all better
He
chill.
had
he's
that-
letting us know he's
Yeah, better-
He had it on the back of his
Let us
mind.
know.
Hey,
transitioning?
sorry,
Okay.
transgender.
Yo, hold on.
The
Hold
final
on.
Get them
thing-
transgender.
First thing you want us to know
Hold
is-
on.
We support your
They gonna come
transition.
after you.
Before
I'm
we
gonna ask
finish,
one more question.
We support your
what
transition.
did the all gender
We do.
bathroom
We support
sign
you.
look like?
I don't know.
So how the fuck would you
good
know?
I
answer.
just know I saw a sign all genders.
Yes, all gender is something different from
Yeah.
transgender, though.
All right, but
Last-
anyway, you're missing the point. As a black man, I felt uncomfortable because throughout history, we've been the target of rape. We've been at the forefront of everything against white women. So I felt uncomfortable. I had to go to work one day, and I'm like, I'm not going to that bathroom.
Yo, Will,
You know what I mean?
Will
You're
acting
not
like an
supposed to go to
old
that
slave,
bathroom,
right?
right?
No,
You're transgender?
they took
Don't you
away
touch
men's.
that bathroom
There was a women's bathroom,
And men's,
and then
yeah.
there was
Just
an all
don't go
genders
in there.
bathroom. They took
there was
away
no
the
men's.
men's bathroom at a lot of jobs. I've seen it.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you
So-
said you got
Final Final thought from you.
That was
it. What was your preparation for the competition that you guys have? Did you lose weight? I saw you doing some
Actually,
workouts and
I
stuff
was
like that.
playing soccer throughout the year, something I never thought I would do before.
Okay.
So I've been doing a lot of soccer. Americans don't really.
All right, and before you, any final thing
I
you
feel
want to
like
say
that's
to him
cap.
before you
Yeah,
guys
that's
get the
cap
weigh-in?
as a
Anything you want to
motherfucker.
say?
I got proof I've been playing soccer.
Nigga said,
Question.
he got a soccer
Question.
ball
I just
downstairs.
wanna know
He
what
can
the-
go to the
I got
he go to the
videos.
park.
I got videos.
How many times is a lot?
How many times is a lot? Yes, good question.
Two.
I used to
times
I used to go twice a week for like 3 months straight.
Twice a week for 3 weeks straight?
3 months. 3 months.
Who you used to play with? You used to kick the ball by yourself?
Pause.
We have no one. We have no one to.
He's
Time
I
out.
used to
Yo,
play
this
with.
nigga is playing one-on-one soccer with his coworkers, man. Get the
Nah, I
fuck
play
out
with
of
a group of people, man.
Ain't
For
fun.
3 months.
Like
Who you
40
playing with?
people. Like 40 people.
3 months.
Where? This nigga had a pickup game of soccer.
There's a
No.
Glen Cove gym. There's a gym in Glen Cove. I have actually proof on my phone.
For
so I
3
can
months.
show it to him.
Don't
3
spare this
months.
people
3 months,
not
yeah,
football.
You
This
would know.
dude
You
is
guys supposed to
trash.
be working out, right?
And then
Okay.
there's a park in Westbury I was
For real.
doing that.
Scale don't lie.
The scale don't lie.
Scale don't lie.
So,
We gonna
okay.
check.
So
Ain't
we
things
heard.
you want to say to him before you
No,
get
what
on
were
the
you doing
scale?
though?
Ain't
Because he did 3
preparation
months
you
of
would do?
soccer. What were you doing?
All right,
I know you got gym.
I want to
in
say
the-
here,
in the
bitch.
club.
That's what I want to say.
Listen, man.
Motherfucker.
Hold on.
I don't make
Now
excuses,
you gonna
right?
talk-
Fuck out of here, nigga.
So
You don't make excuse.
I don't make excuses, right? So I started off doing my thing, and then I said I got lazy.
Oh,
Why did you get
So-
this is
lazy?
going left right now.
Why'd you
What
get
the hell?
lazy?
I just got lazy, but I know this bitch ass nigga still not beating me.
Okay.
So the scale don't lie. We're gonna see what it is. And also I challenged you another 6 months, and this time it's gonna be for real.
Wait. What do you mean this will be for real? This ain't for real?
There was a
I
test.
told you I was
Yo, I'm going to just say
I
this.
think they both gained weight.
I'm not
I'm gonna
making
just say this.
excuses,
Me and Lamar went to the Knicks game yesterday. They got a big ass sausage and peppers the other day. What a
they got a
bear!
glizzy.
What a bear! A sausage
A
and
glizzy?
I ain't
peppers.
got no sausage and peppers.
You got a glizzy?
He got
All right.
a glizzy. I got
Mario,
pizza.
who you got? Who do you got winning?
That shit was good. I'm sorry.
Lamar or Will.
So
Wait. Mario, who do you got winning? Lamar or Will?
I plead the fifth. I don't
Nelson,
got
who you
nobody
got?
winning.
Who do you got?
I think
I'm equally
Lamar
disappointed.
gained the least.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
I'm equally disappointed.
I ain't gonna lie. I got
You had to look at him.
I got Lamar, but this nigga cheeks fatter than usual. So I don't know.
Hey, yo.
You know what?
Yo, yeah.
Yeah.
Flagrant, hey, yo.
Come on, you went to the Knicks game and saw his cheeks?
yeah, he get away with that. Niggas get away with
You
that.
left.
They were doing some crazy stuff.
Niggas get away with that.
Hey, son.
This is the workouts y'all was doing?
Nigga said I went to the Knicks game and saw his cheeks.
I don't know what Nick
I'm
game you talking
I'm
about.
talking about his face cheeks, you homo ass.
You have to say that. Will. Who? I got Will. I got confidence in you.
Will.
Thank you.
Okay.
Q.
Thank
Who
you.
you got winning? You got money on Will? All right, me and
Okay.
Q got Will. Nelson and
Lamar.
Marquise got Lamar.
Yeah,
you
I
plead
got
the
Lamar.
fifth. You're in between. So you're gonna do the scale.
Pause.
I bet.
Pause, yeah.
I bet.